Hi there, this is Jen, and thanks so much for stopping by today. Today I am creating 8 cards using the Hedgehog Hollow January subscription box. This box is available until tomorrow, so if you sign up, you can get this box. If not, if you wanted to sign up, you would get the February's box. But if you already have this kit, it is so adorable. I absolutely love the stamp set. So there are a bunch of papers in this box, and the papers are actually 5.5 by 5.5 in size, so they're perfect for 4 1/4 by 5.5 size cards. I just use bits and pieces of those papers in my projects today. You also get these 4 stencils. This is probably one of my favorites right here. I love that stencil. And then there's an X and a heart stencil, like a tic-tac-toe. And then you've got this love stencil. And the great thing about these stencils is they all have these grid lines on them, so it's very easy to line up with your cardstock. And then there is that heart stencil. And then this is a 6x8 stamp set. I absolutely love these images. They are so adorable. I went ahead and I taped the stamp set down in my MISTI and stamped them all at once and colored them and got that out of the way, and then I used my scan and cut to cut the images out. But super adorable stamp set. And then you get this 4x6 stamp set, which is a background stamp set of hearts. And so lots of products in there for not just Valentine's Day or love, but for year-round card making. And so I went ahead and I prepped all my papers. So I am using these mats, which is made from, the color is called Cappuccino, and these are cut to 5 by 3.5. And then I made all my card bases, and I do side fold cards, so I went ahead and cut a 8.5 by 11 right down the center, and then I'm going to score that at the A2 on my grid line, or not my grid line, my scoring board. And then I went ahead and I finished making all of my card bases, and so I'm going to go ahead and get started. And the pattern papers in this box are very bold colors and in patterns. And so what I decided to do, because bold scares me sometimes, is I decided to use little portions of the pattern paper so that it didn't take away or overwhelm the little stamped images. And so I matted this first one on a 1-inch white cardstock mat, and then that pattern paper is 3/4 of an inch, and all of the images are going to be adhered with foam on top of, most of them are adhered on top of hearts. And then I'm just going to go ahead and take some liquid glue and adhere my mat to my white card base. And then I use the same sequins throughout. If I can find these, I don't really remember what they are. They're kind of got a little bit of a, they might be cat scrappiness actually, but I'm not positive. So if I can find those, I'll go ahead and put those into the description below. And then I stamped the love word on the inside, and that's going to finish off the first card. And all of these images were stamped with the Maker Forte Color Hive black ink, which is alcohol marker friendly. And then the images were colored with some Ohuhu alcohol markers. I just received them for Christmas, and I had swatched them out, and so this was my first chance to go ahead and really use them. And I have to say, I really love them for the amount of money I paid, for the amount of markers I got. It's just a great value for some really great markers. And then I got this Dymo. It is called a embossed label maker. I got it mainly for mixed media stuff, but I love that you can make your own sentiments and get that embossed look. And so that is what I used to do the Be Mine sentiment. On most of the heart backgrounds, I did go ahead and take a kind of a word stamp and stamp in the background. It's very subtle, so you might not be able to see it in the pictures, but there is some stamping in the background of most of those hearts. And then for this next card, I'm using the cute little Cupid image and some more of that pattern paper, the Happy Valentine's Day sentiment, and most of the sentiments that are on these cards today are actually from the new Simple Sayings set from Maker Forte, and it is called With All of My Heart. So you get one sheet of black on white and one sheet of white on black, and those are all foilable, which is awesome. And then I'm going to go ahead and use these cute little kitty cats for the next card, along with a best friend sentiment. I don't know about you, but I know for me, I have struggled with how to use smaller stamps or how to use just little individual stamps like these. And I found that this was super easy and a great way to use these stamps just by matting a piece of pattern paper and then using a solid backdrop. So in this case, on most of these cards, I'm using that heart as a solid backdrop, and then a little bit of pattern paper and a white mat. And so these cards all turned out pretty clean and simple, which I really love for these. And when I first saw this stamp set, I fell in love with it. It's one of my favorite boxes from Hedgehog Hollow, I think, ever. And when I first saw the stamp set, I thought that they would be perfect images for even school Valentine cards. I think if you pair these images with some punny sentiments or just some simple sentiments, they would be perfect. And I think they can stand and hold their own on anything. And so I think they'd be great for tags as well. But they're just super cute. I'm going to go ahead and finish up. This is the card with the little bee on it, and I don't know why I covered up the wings as much as I did with that sentiment, but that finishes that card. I really love this pattern paper with the teal background and the red hearts. I think that's just such a beautiful color combination. For this next card, I am using the heart, or it's actually a heart with a bunch of little hearts inside of it. And I just took a die from my stash and then one of the simple sayings. Added my sequins and another card complete. Super cute, super clean and simple, just really easy cards to put together. And then on to the last card, I'm using this cute little bird. I colored this one up in some pinks, and I'm using sort of the wood grain pattern paper for this card. I've gone ahead and matted that on a piece of white cardstock. And again, adhered the little bird to a heart. And I'm using my label maker again, and this time I just put I love you, and that finishes the card off as well as the video. I hope you enjoyed. I had so much fun making these. Clean and simple is usually not something that I do a lot of, I don't think, but I love my white space, and so I just really love how these turned out. I am super happy, and I hope you are too. If you liked this video or found it informative, please go ahead and give me a thumbs up. As always, thank you for taking some time out of your day to spend with me, and I hope to see you next time.